जय श्री माताजी। ऑनलाइन उपस्थित सभी भाई बहनों का सुबह के सामूहिक ध्यान सत्र में हृदयपूर्वक स्वागत है। शीश झुकाकर श्री माताजी को वंदन करते हैं और चित्त को सहस्त्रार पर रखते हुए सामूहिकता में कुंडलिनी चढ़ाकर वंदन लेते हैं। चित्त को अपने हृदय में लाते हैं। श्री माताजी, आज का ये सामूहिक ध्यान सत्र शुरू करने की आप हमें अनुमति प्रदान करें। आपको लगे ऐसा ध्यान आप हमसे करवा लीजिए माँ। 3 महामंत्र, तत्पश्चात श्री गणेश मंत्र।
सरस्वती
नाड़ी संतुलन करने हेतु अपना दाहिना हाथ धरती माँ पर रखते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, हम सामूहिकता के इड़ा नाड़ी को स्वच्छ कर दीजिए, शुद्ध कर दीजिए। हम सामूहिकता को शुद्ध इच्छा शक्ति प्रदान करें माँ। दाहिना हाथ गोद में, बायां हाथ मुड़कर आकाश की ओर, संपूर्ण चित्त पिंगला नाड़ी पर। श्री माता जी, हम सामूहिकता के पिंगला नाड़ी को स्वच्छ कर दीजिए, शुद्ध कर दीजिए। हम सामूहिकता को शुद्ध कार्य शक्ति प्रदान करें माँ। धीरे से बायां हाथ गोद में, अपना संपूर्ण चित्त मध्य मार्ग पर यानी सुषुम्ना नाड़ी पर लाते हैं। श्री माता जी, हमें मध्य मार्ग में स्थित कर दीजिए। हमें वर्तमान में स्थित कर लीजिए माँ। हम सामूहिकता को पूर्ण संतुलन प्रदान करें श्री माता जी। धीरे से चित्त को मध्य मूलाधार पर लाते हैं। श्री माता जी, हमें श्री गणेश जी जैसा बोध बनाइए। हम सामूहिकता का मूलाधार चक्र स्वच्छ कर दीजिए माँ। श्री गणेश साक्षात ओम त्वमेव साक्षात श्री गणेश साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। धीरे से अपने चित्त को अपनी शक्ति के पास लाते हैं, कुंडलिनी शक्ति के पास। हे कुंडलिनी माँ, कृपा कर आप जागरूक हो जाए। हमारे सभी चक्र संतुलित कर सहस्त्रार पर आ जाइए माँ। अपने चित्त को मध्य स्वादिष्ठान पर लाते हैं। मध्य नाभि, मध्य अनाहत, मध्य विशुद्धि, श्री माता जी हमें साक्षी स्वरूप बना दीजिए। हमारे वाणी में मधुरता प्रदान करें माँ। हम सामूहिक रह सके ऐसी कृपा करें श्री माता जी। मध्याज्ञा, धीरे से अपने चित्त को सहस्त्रार पर स्थित करते हैं। इस शक्ति को महसूस करते हैं, एकाकारिता पाते हैं। श्री माता जी हमें परमात्मा से मिलन करवा दीजिए। आप ही करता करविता हो माँ। श्री निर्मला साक्षात। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री निर्मला साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। कुछ क्षण इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में रहते हैं। इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में श्री माता जी के अमृतवाणी को आत्मसात करते हैं। आज की अमृतवाणी है ईस्टर पूजा। यू कैन स्प्रेड सहज योगा ओनली थ्रू लव एंड कंपैशन, 19 अप्रैल 1998, इस्तांबुल, तुर्की।
Today we are celebrating the resurrection of Christ. That is the greatest message of Christ's life, not the crucifixion. Anybody can be crucified and killed, but this dead body of Christ was resurrected from death. Death itself died and he overcome. It's a miracle for ordinary human beings, definitely, but not for Christ, because he was a divine person. He was Shri Ganesha. He was Omkara itself. So, he could walk on the water. Gravity would not affect him. And also, he got resurrected because death could not affect him. Such a great divine personality, specially created for human beings, that people should recognize him. But they did not recognize him. They killed him in a very brutal manner. And even now, they think cross is a great thing because Christ died on the cross. It's a very cruel idea of human beings to respect the cross. What does it show? It shows that people liked all the cruelties done to him, symbolizing cross as the one that represented his death and his atrocities, the way he was tortured. So it was a very sad time when he was crucified. But when he got resurrected, it was the most joyous, most auspicious, and most beautiful time. Resurrected because he came as a human being with all powers, and he created the path of resurrection for us. This path of resurrection is the one that we have followed in Sahajayoga. But the greatest thing is the piercing of the Agya Chakra, which is described in all spiritual treatises, or may be called as the scriptures, that is the door which is golden, which is like a cover, and no one can pass through. So constricted is this door of Agya Chakra. But Christ did cross that. His crossing has helped us today to open your sastra, open your agya. Without opening the agya, you cannot go to sastra. And this was done so easily in your case, only because Christ could go through all that torture and all that brutality and crossed over. How much we should be indebted to him, I don't know words that can express. Because he is the one who took lead in telling people that you seek and you'll find. And then he says that you have to come and bang at the door. This is exactly what has happened in your case. That you have risen up to Agya and then you have crossed beyond Agya. This crossing of Agya was not at all difficult for you. Though by your own ideas of thinking and of conditioning, of the futuristic planning and all that, it was a big, big crowd, I should say, of very black clouds were hovering on the thoughts were overpowering. And you could not have penetrated through this agya which was all covered. But you did. And you never even felt that you have crossed the agya chakra so easily. First of all, we all should really be very thankful to Christ for opening the agya for you. For him, all the tortures and all the brutality were nothing, because his purpose of life, his purpose of his advent, his incarnation was to break the agya chakra. Today you will find that even though your agya is opened out and you have crossed through, still you will be amazed that people get involved in the agya chakra. In Sahajayoga, people do get involved in agya chakra. Now, how do we see through introspection what happens to us? For example, once people come to Sahajayoga, they think they are in charge of this, in charge of that, in charge of all the Sahajogis, and they start behaving in a manner which doesn't behove a Sahajayogi. Doesn't. I've seen them and I'm amused the way they just start trusting themselves and showing off that they are very much in charge. This is nothing modern. This is used to be there with human beings. But if it was so, it was before Sahajayoga. Even now, people get into the mood of dominating others by saying that we are in charge. Sahajayoga is not so simple as you think, because there are lots of temptations. Supposing you make somebody a leader. Now a leader becomes sort of in charge. And he gets the drunkenness of power. When he is like that, he starts dominating all the rest of the people and also starts showing off that he is something very great and he has to dominate all the rest of the people. Then he creates an atmosphere of fear. Firstly, I have seen what happens with them is that they start saying falsely that mother has told this. Mother has said so. This is mother's ideas. I have nothing to do with that gentleman. But he goes on talking like that, and people get very frightened. Then also he can also frighten you by saying, I will tell mother. Mother will listen to me and she'll punish you. I am sometimes very surprised at such people because I have never said that I'll punish somebody or I'll take him out of Sahajayoga. Nothing of that. So this man who thinks no end of himself, he may be a leader, may not be a leader, maybe nothing in Sahaja. And then he starts talking like this in such a funny manner that it doesn't look that the person is a Sahaja. Then he goes even further. He goes himself describing as something very great, as if he is the one who is chosen specially for rising higher and higher. When I hear about these things, I am really amazed. How can people befool themselves all the time and behave in such a way? First thing in Sahaja is humility. If you are not a humble person, you cannot be a Sahaja. The person who orders about, the person who talks in a manner as if he is Hitler, any person who tries to control and be in charge of the thing, all these capacities only show that that person has achieved nothing in such. First thing is to enjoy the humility. I've seen people like this. They'll always sit in the first row. They'll be always sitting in a place where you just see them all the time there. And just smile. I know they are just show-offs. They think no end of themselves. And that's why they are there. But they themselves are losing. They themselves are not very happy. That's why they try to do all these tricks and this kind of domination. The other side of it is people who are humble, who are simple, who are honest, and who are really seeking the truth, are being oppressed by this gentleman. He oppresses them, tries to show off, tries to make slaves out of others. I have seen people have gone so far that there was a group of people who just would not move even an inch without the permission of their leader. And they would go all out to be subservient to such an irrational personality. First of all, you know, this is the love of mother. Mother never dominates. She cannot dominate because she is nothing but love. As soon as she sees the problem, immediately she absorbs it. She has to make deliberations, just a drama sometimes to show that she is angry. But she cannot basically be angry with him. It's the love which all the time is flowing. And that love envelops the mother as well as envelops you. That is how you people understand such. What does a human being need is nothing but love and compassion. Love and compassion of a very, very pure type. Look at Christ. He pitied the people who crucified him. He told his Father, God Almighty, that please forgive them because they do not know what they are doing. He could see that the blindness how these people are doing wrong things, and God the Father will be very annoyed, who is wrathful and may destroy them. So this is what it was done with a very compassionate feeling. Without thinking about, just automatically he felt that these people are doing all this to me and I don't know what will happen to them. So he prayed to God, to Father, please forgive. Please forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. They are blind. So please do not punish them. What compassion, what love. I mean, think of it. Do we do that in our life? If somebody harms us, troubles us, do we ask Father to forgive those who do not know what they are doing? That should be the level of such. And it will work out very well. If you ask for forgiveness, God will look after them. He'll transform them. He'll bring them to their senses. The message of Christ are full of love, compassion, pure compassion. How he tried to protect Mary Magdalene is an example of that, who was leading a sinful life. And for a saint, it had nothing to do, he had nothing to do with it. But when he saw she being stoned by people, he stood against her, took a stone in his own hand, and he says, all right, those who have not committed suicide, have not committed any wrong deed or have not committed any sin, can take the stone and hit me. And nobody came forward because they had to face themselves. When we are dominating others, then a kind of a cruel joy is there. Some sort of a joy that I don't understand myself, but people have. They show off that we have achieved this joy, we have achieved this great power. It has happened for centuries with all the great emperors and also despotic rulers. But with Sahajayoga, it should be the other way around. They have to rule the world with peace and love. They don't have to show off by any chance. This is how Sahajayoga will spread much, much faster. What does the world need? You just think of it. It needs only love and affection. Those people who are yet lost in the ignorance about life and are still busy troubling others, torturing others, going against the collectivity, will have to return to normalcy. It's very abnormal behavior sometimes. And you just don't understand why they behave like mad people. It is very difficult also to tell such a person that you are mad. And also it's difficult to be with such a person who is so mad, with some sort of a power. It goes on like that with so many such yogis I have seen, who start thinking they have lots of powers. They can do whatever they like. They can talk to anyone and they can confuse everyone. But in Sahajayoga, you don't have to confuse. You have to clearly express your love. But that doesn't mean any kind of a particular gesture or a particular happening. But it is just a inner oneness with each other. Sometimes I find such a case. so much understanding each other, so much loving each other, so beautifully enjoying the love of other people. When I see that, I feel very, very happy, absolutely overjoyed. That's what I wanted. These people should enjoy is that. And you will be amazed. The most enjoyable thing is the love that you give to others. You may not receive, but when you give love to others, then is the most enjoyable thing. But the way you express yourself is also an art, I think, to understand how to please others, how to make them happy. I told the story before also about a saint who lived in Gagan Bauda. Is a what you can say, is a hill or a mountain. He used to live there, and he couldn't walk, you see, because of vibrations. He lost his legs or some power in it. And then he would go all over the place on a tiger, because tiger loved him and he loved the tiger. So this gentleman was all the time telling people from Bombay, "What are you doing here? Mother has come, go and touch her." I didn't know why he was so much concerned. So I told Sahaja, I must go and meet him. So all these gurus, you see, they say that we don't leave our pillows. We have to be in our own pillow, means wherever they live, exist, they won't go out. I'm the other way round. I'm never stationed in one place. So they asked if I could go. I said, why not? So I went there. And the Sahaja said that, "Mother, you never go anywhere. So why do you want to go here?" I said, all right, see the vibration. And it's tremendous vibration. So when I went out, this fellow was very angry with the rain, because he was supposed to control the rain. He was supposed to be controlling the rain. It's very surprising that when I went up, that he could not control, and I got completely drenched. So he was very angry. He was sitting on a stone, and he's lying there. I didn't say anything to him. I went inside and sat in the cave where he had made some arrangement for me to be seated. Then he came, he touched my feet, and he sat down. And I was amazed that he was still angry, and he couldn't understand why the rain could not stop. So he asked me, "Why did you not allow me to stop the rain? Because after all, you are coming to see me all the way, and the rain should have behaved. And I also could not somehow or other control the rain. So what was the thing? What was the lesson?" I just smiled. I said, "See, you are an ascetic, you are a sannyasi, and I am your mother. I cannot take a sari from you, because after all you are a sannyasi, and you are not supposed to take anything from a sannyasi. Even the mother cannot take anything from him. But you have bought a nice sari for me. So I had to get drenched so that I could take a sari from you." You see, the sweetness of my telling him just made him melt. Started crying. He said, "We need a mother for this one. There should be the mother. we cannot solve because whatever it is, we get angry or we want to disappear. We don't want to be with these horrible people who are so sinful to help them. This is the problem with the world today, and that's why you find very few spiritual people in the whole world, because they are the ones who are being very much tortured, troubled, insulted, all kinds of things. So they are struggling, so they want to die very fast. Ganeshwara, such a great personality, such a great writer, poet. I mean, he was everything, so beautifully he has. But at the age of 23, he took his samadhi. Means he went into a cave and closed the cave and died. Must have been tired and fed up with the surroundings of ignorant people. And that's why he did. So you can imagine a person like Ganeshwara, who was the incarnation of Kartikeya, had to recede into the world of the dead because he couldn't bear it anymore, the way they were torturing them. They tortured him so much, saying that he is the son of a sannyasi and he has, it's like this, son of a sannyasi. Means he is no good. He is absolutely like an illegitimate child. And he is ill-treated to such an extent. He didn't even have shoes to wear in that heat of India. He used to walk barefoot. And his sister, brother, who were great scholars, who were great saints, great incarnations, all of them. As a result, he wanted just to disappear. And he made a beautiful way of doing it, that he told them that I have to go, and he took leave from them and went inside his cave and got a samadhi. Even Christ was very young when he was crucified. He was 33 years of age. It was all planned by the divine that he was to be crucified, to make way for our Sahajayoga, to open the Agya, to sacrifice his life, and for him to be hanged in such a horrendous, cruel way, which normally you do not find people behaving in such a manner towards a person who is about to die. So what happened? That those people who were in charge of his crucifixion must have been some devils, the way they behaved. It is not possible to forgive them, even if Christ says it's difficult to forgive such people who were watching the crucifixion. So, if that is the case, that a person like him thought that let me do my job is to break this. And then he didn't want to live with these stupid people to be tortured. And he just disappeared into Kashmir, where he lived after his resurrection. Lots of stories are there about his ascent and his resurrection. And you see all those stories if you read, you'll be amazed how miraculously he got his second birth, we can say, or second life in Kashmir. He lived in Kashmir happily for some time with his mother, and there he died. They say there's a grave of our Lord Jesus Christ, and also his mother was there. But who has taken advantage of his life, from his life? Who are the people really who wanted him to die? You know very well. You know very well how Christ died and the people came up suddenly, like Paul and Peter, who tried to make a big business out of it. It's very sad to see that these two persons brought such a shame. This Paul was nothing but an organizer, I think. Also a beginner. He was a person who was bureaucratic, I should say. But he was not only bureaucratic, he was also a man who wanted to have a big position. So he told a lie that he went down to Damascus, and on his way, he saw a big cross. According to Sahajayoga, all such signs are a sign of supraconscious. It's not of the spirit. And then he came back and he started his own research and sort of things like that. And he's written a lot of things, but throughout, if you read, you'll find that he was not a surgeon. He was just an organizer. He was a bureaucratic personality who was writing how we should administer, how we should have people who are different types of people, how should we manage them. So his management department, he was the management department for the Christians. So the Christians also became extremely very secretariat type. Like, you see, everything has a time. You must come like this, you must sit like this, you must talk like this. And also the nations which are supposed to be Christians are observing all that in a very official manner. It is not understood why are they so much official in everything. Just the opposite, what Christ did, is to break the agya. They built up this. And the Christian nations became the most arrogant, most aggressive nations in the whole world. For them, it was their right to occupy any land they saw. It was in their right to establish their own laws, their own, I should say, assemblies. All this is done in India, I know. Even today, if you go to places like Punjab and all that, you will find the people are just living like rustic people, working very hard. And they are all the time under attack from people who are dominating and those who wanted the full advantage to be taken out of these people. It was a ridiculous thing to behave like that as Christians. Then also they started converting. It's another nonsense. Converting them. In the south, what they did is we Indians never make breads. They don't know how to say your oven in the south. So they made huge big cakes. You can call it a cake or you can call it a bread. And put it in the water or in a well. And they would say that we have put the part of the calf of a buffalo or could be a cow or something. And they just believed. And so they said, now you are finished because you are no more belonging to Hindu religion or to any other religion. So now you have become Christian. And that's how they made thousands and thousands of people Christians who were actually downtrodden people, I should say. At least they would call themselves downtrodden. Now all these downtrodden people, they wanted to have converted to Christianity because they thought they all wanted all such people who would just follow the missionaries and who would not question because they were not educated people. They are not people of any understanding or intelligence to understand what these people are. So when they started this tirade against the downtrodden people, so many of them joined. Thus they formed their own race and they started. This is a thing one should understand. How the dominating nature of people accepted a particular religion because that religion is nothing but humility. And how then these people supposed to be in charge of Christianity converted people into something absurd. See, it is a human nature. It can enjoy any nonsense, any kind of cruelty, any kind of oppression. It can never give up that realm, that area where they have been dominated. Now, as it is, the Christian nations have gone even beyond that because among the Christians, it is all the freedom given to them. They are liberated. Do whatever you may like, it will become Christian. They are all right. Isn't it? They are the ones who have been dominating, and those who are dominated are there everywhere. They would go to people, ordinary people, whom you can call as aboriginals, and convert them. Their main method was to convert. What was the need to convert so many people? Because in democracy it is important that the number you have should be large. So to gain the number, they used to convert.
जय श्री माताजी। श्री आदि शक्ति का पूर्ण मंत्र लेते हैं। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदि शक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। आरती के लिए खड़े होते हैं।
सदा रहना माँ सबको निर्मल माताजी दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधु संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधु संगीत सुन लो। हो ये सके जो सेवा, हो ये सके जो सेवा हमसे करा देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माताजी, जय निर्मल माताजी दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
जय श्री माताजी। श्री माताजी के श्री चरणों पर कुछ प्रार्थनाएं अर्पित करते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, आज का यह सामूहिक ध्यान हम आपके श्री चरणों में समर्पित करते हैं। आज के ध्यान में आपने हमें निरानंद दिया, चैतन्य से आशीर्वादित किया, इसलिए हम आपके हृदय से ऋणी हैं माँ। श्री माताजी, आप जो भी अमृतवाणी द्वारा ज्ञान देते हो उसे हम पालन कर सके, उसे हम आचरण में ला सके, ऐसे बुद्धि प्रदान करें श्री माताजी। संपूर्ण विश्व में विश्व निर्मल धर्म प्रस्थापित करने हेतु सहजयोग प्रचार प्रसार का सशक्त एवं उत्कृष्ट ऐसा माध्यम बनाइए। हमारे सभी प्रार्थनाओं का स्वीकार करें और हमें सदैव चैतन्य से आशीर्वादित रखे माँ। आपके चरणों में हमारा कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, अनंत कोटि प्रणाम। आपके कार्य में, आपकी पूजा में, आरती में कहीं भी हमसे गलती हुई हो, कृपा कर हमें क्षमा प्रदान करना माँ, क्षमा प्रदान करना, क्षमा प्रदान करना। थैंक यू श्री माता जी, थैंक यू श्री माता जी, थैंक यू श्री माता जी अगेन एंड अगेन। सामूहिक बंधन। आज का ध्यान सत्र यहीं पर संपन्न होता है। आज शाम का ध्यान शाम 6:30 बजे से लाइव प्रसारित होगा। अब हम सह संगीत का आनंद लेते हैं। आपका दिन मंगलमय हो, शुभ हो। जय श्री माता जी।
निर्मल बोलो आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल नाम का अमृत पी लो, निर्मल नाम का अमृत पी लो, निर्मल बोलो आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो आदिशक्ति बोलो। तन मन अर्पण कर दे सहज में, प्रीत प्यार को भर दे मन में, प्रीत प्यार को भर दे मन में, निर्मल बोलो आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो आदिशक्ति बोलो। सुख की झोली तू ही ले ले, दुख का दरिया माँ को दे दे, दुख का आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो। सहज की नैया में जो आए, जीवन उसका चलता जाए, जीवन उसका चलता जाए। निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो। देर ना कर तू खुद को समझ ले, सहज वृक्ष का फल तू खा ले, सहज वृक्ष का फल तू खा ले। निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो। धन दौलत की माया सारी, ज्ञान का रस पी कर हो भारी, ज्ञान का रस पी कर हो भारी। निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो। किसका तू है, क्या है तेरा, मां निर्मल और सहज है तेरा, मां निर्मल और सहज है तेरा। निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो। निर्मल नाम का अमृत पी लो, निर्मल नाम का अमृत पी लो। निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो, निर्मल बोलो, आदिशक्ति बोलो। जन्म जन्म का तेरा पुजारी, दर्शन दे दे माँ। जन्म जन्म का तेरा पुजारी, दर्शन दे दे माँ। जन्म जन्म का तेरा पुजारी, दर्शन दे दे माँ। तेरी कृपा हम पर हो जाए। मन है मूरख करते जागृत,
कर दे जागृत, कर दे जागृत, कर दे जागृत माँ। कर दे जागृत, कर दे जागृत, कर दे जागृत माँ।
मंगल मूरत निर्मल दर्शन, चित्त प्रेम का दे दे अमृत।
दे दे अमृत, दे दे अमृत, दे दे अमृत माँ। दे दे अमृत, दे दे अमृत, दे दे अमृत माँ।
अरज अरज अब सुन ले हमारी, दर्शन दे दे माँ। अरज अरज अब सुन ले हमारी, दर्शन दे दे माँ। आँखियाँ है तेरे दर्श की प्यासी, तू निर्मल माँ है आदि शक्ति।
है आदि शक्ति, है आदि शक्ति, है आदि शक्ति माँ। है आदि शक्ति, है आदि शक्ति, है आदि शक्ति माँ।
मेरा जीवन तेरे नाम समर्पण, तू निर्मल माँ है महाशक्ति।
है महाशक्ति, है महाशक्ति, है महाशक्ति माँ। है महाशक्ति, है महाशक्ति, है महाशक्ति माँ।
सफल सफल कर दुनिया हमारी, दर्शन दे दे माँ। सफल सफल कर दुनिया हमारी, दर्शन दे दे माँ। ज्ञान ध्यान निर्मल से पाया, आत्मा की ज्योति तूने जगाया।
तूने जगाया, तूने जगाया, तूने जगाया माँ। तूने जगाया, तूने जगाया, तूने जगाया माँ।
मात पिता गुरु गणपति है तू, भवसागर से पार कराया।
पार कराया, पार कराया, पार कराया माँ। पार कराया, पार कराया, पार कराया माँ।
नमन नमन अब शरण तिहारी, दर्शन दे दे